Hey Brian, really good session today. It's good to see you striking your drive and your irons as well as you were by the end of the session. Just one point now to mention with that driver setup. I want to make sure that golf ball now is just more towards that left heel. We don't want to get it too far forward in the stance. Problem is if that ball does get forward, the shoulder's now going to aim open to the left and you're going to be hitting the golf ball now a little bit late in the swing. Just going to result in one shot and that ball then sort of pulling round to the left, hitting that hook shot as you said you were getting. As a compensation to that, then you try and hold the club face open and we get that weaker blocky one out to the right. So once you move the ball back in the stance, we knew the ball now is in the right position, shoulders are nice and square. From here we can make a good rotation out, the club's working nicely up in the backswing, no sway, and from there, because the ball's in the right spot, we can just unwind the body, lovely release of the club, that impact, and right the way through up onto that left side. We can see a lot more movement now with that right foot, that right hip's coming round, that right knee, that right shoulder, and much more of your weight now onto that lead foot as you've rotated through. It's a lot more solid strike. Information you were giving the golf ball now was a much better path as your shoulders were square and a much more solid contact as you hit the golf ball. So just watch that ball position. As we said, with obviously the wedges and other shots around the golf course when you may be under a tree or looking for a lower trajectory, just experiment with different types of ball position, move it back. But as we said, make sure you're measuring your ball position on your sternum. Doesn't really matter so much where it's in between your feet. Obviously, if you move it back and forth, it will adjust it, but it's where the ball is in relation to your sternum that's going to affect the trajectory. If your sternum gets to your right side and you fall back on it, even if the ball is way back in your stance, if your sternum's moved back right of it, you'll be hitting the ball up in the air too high and probably catching the branches on those trees. So keep that body and sternum over the ball and left of it if you want to hit the ball flight down, and I'm sure you get more control with that trajectory playing different shots out on that golf course. So hope that all makes sense. Any questions, obviously feel free to give me a shout, and I'll see you again soon, Brian.